All right, everybody. So what we're going to do in this video, and it's not going to be long, is we are going to talk about Project 2. All right, so let me tell you that I'll upload the PPT too, and also there's an accompanying handout, and it is Project 2, Finding Ways to Improve the Workplace. So this is the handout that I'm going to cover in the PowerPoint presentation. So let me start by sharing PPT. So let me go over Project 2 so we don't have to spend all this time talking about it or introducing it in class. So this is Project 2. And what is Project 2? Well, it's all about finding ways to improve the workplace. So what are you going to do in this project? Well, you're going to work in a group. Let's just keep the same groups as Project 1. And every year, at the end of the year, we're getting close to the end of the year, your boss wants to find out ways to improve the office for the upcoming year. In order to do this, he asks his most reliable employees, you, to conduct a survey, asking all of the other employees about their feelings related to various workplace issues. The boss then asks the employees who conducted the survey, once again, you, to use the results that they've identified and trying to find areas that could be improved, and then give a presentation detailing step-by-step directions on how to make improvements to solve those problems and make a better workplace. For this end of the year project, he's tasked you to work in a team to survey the other employees. So for this project, you'll work with other employees in a team to create and conduct a survey, and you'll be responsible, each of you will be responsible for presenting on one of the key findings of the survey. There are three main parts to the project. First one is to create the survey. Each employee will contribute one survey question to the team survey. Now, if you remember when you made the survey about Soltech, each person in your group was supposed to create one question for the survey. That's going to be the same. So each of you will contribute one survey you'll make, and then you'll contribute it to create your team's survey. The team will combine all of your questions to make your survey. So if you're in a group of 4, each person will create a question and then share it with the other 3 members. And then everybody in the group of the team of 4 has all 4 of the same questions. All 4 of those questions were created by the members. So how can you think about a question that you would like to create for the survey? Well, here's a question to consider. What makes a good job? So here are areas for you to consider when thinking about the question to create. First, health and safety. Safe workplace, physical comfort, job stress, material benefits, salary, equal pay, other benefits such as healthcare, gym membership, security, job security. Are you at risk of being fired? Are you guaranteed a certain number of hours? Are you happy with that? Relationships, so coworkers. Do you have a good work-life balance? Do your superiors, such as your boss or supervisors, do they actually listen to you? Career opportunities. Do you think a job or your job will allow you to find maybe a better job, or are you able to work your way up the ladder, a hierarchy in a company? And do you actually like the work? Is it something that you're passionate about? Or when you're at work, it doesn't feel like work? So these are some areas of a job or characteristics of a job that you might want to consider when thinking about a good survey question. Part 2 is conducting the survey. So each team will split up like we did in class. So there'd be like each group will have A, B, C, D. If it's a group of 4, all the A's will interview A's, all the B's will interview B's, C's, D's, and D's. Then you'll collect the data, share it with your other group members. Compile, collect, gather, put together the survey results. Part 3 is presenting the results and step-by-step directions to improve the situation. So each employee will analyze the results of their respective surveys, their questions, and look for key findings that reflect an area that can be improved and or employees are not satisfied with. So you are only going to look at your question. You're only presenting on the question that you create and the results of that question and the problem or the issue that you've identified with those results, and then you're going to propose a solution. Each employee will create a PowerPoint presentation that includes a description of the survey question. You need to inform everybody about the survey question you created and give some statistical analysis or results, at least so the results of the survey, mainly focusing on important or pertinent, relevant results. Then you need to give a description of the problem area that needs improvement found from the survey. Now, we have not talked about silver lining yet, but we will. So that's next week. Then give step-by-step directions to solve the problem. Okay. What will you be graded on? Well, you'll be graded on vague and precise language, imperatives, too much, not enough, and then contrasting negatives, which we have not talked about yet, but we will talk about that soon. Here's additional information. Oh, I'm so sorry. Should cover their problem. Sorry, their survey question. And okay. Sorry about that. Each person should cover their own survey question, the one that they created, and speak for around 2.5 minutes. 2.5 to 3 minutes. Like in project 1, you may use physical paper notes that you hold in your hand. Just make sure you're using your notes properly and not relying on them and simply reading them. And creative ideas definitely benefit. Okay, so your team survey, individually, to create your team survey, individually, you, along with all of your group members, will create one survey question related to a workplace issue. So a few slides ago, I went over different things to consider when thinking about aspects of a job. You're going to combine each team member's questions to create your team survey. Therefore, at the end of that, everybody in your team will have the same survey questions, same survey. Then you'll split up and interview employees from other teams, A's, B's with B's, C's with C's, T's with T's. Come together, compile the data. So here's how you should make your question. And this is in the handout. Your question must include either too many, much, or too, or not enough, or enough. So do you think the parking lot is too small? Because just remember, too includes a meaning of being below or beyond what's sufficient or what's appropriate, or just to complain. Do you think there are enough? Now, the reason why I don't say use not enough, because when you're writing a survey question using the positive form, enough, do you think there are enough choices, is much clearer and easier to answer than do you think there are not enough choices? People don't know whether to say yes or no. So it's much better to include enough in the positive form. Do you think there are enough choices in the break room vending machine? Yes, I do. No, I don't. But as you can see here, both of these sample questions include a word such as too or enough. So your question must have either too or enough. So criteria is the same as project one, using that target language effectively and creatively, speaking clearly without long pauses, and using your notes effectively, and organization, including creative ideas and strong slides that effectively support your ideas. All right, everybody, that is basically just the general description of project two. So please, after you watch this video, if you have any questions, please come to me and ask me. I'd love to answer your questions, and we'll talk about this more in class. See ya.